Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Shubhash.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Moksha. Okay, I think now we should start. So last class, I think we have completed why the number of chromosomes remain same, right? Right, Shubhansh?
Yes, ma'am. Can we do control and coordination?
Not now, not today, tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So then the next topic for today is the male and the female reproductive system. I think others are also joining. Let them join.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Abhinav.
Ma'am, the link is not loading in my PC, so can you say the link, ma'am? I'll just type it.
What is the problem actually with the link?
I don't know, ma'am. It just keeps on loading. Like the page has been reloaded, but the app's still reloading. Like it's not
So
loading,
I'll send the link to your mother's number, okay?
ma'am. But it's still phone, right?
Then what should you want me to send it here in the chat?
Yes, ma'am. I'll just type it in that.
It is big actually. The link is big.
Yeah, I've done it many times. I'm just saying.
Okay, so I have shared to you personally the link. Okay, so we will be going now to the next topic, which is the what is the problem? Is it showing invalid link? Abhinav, is it opening for you?
Wait, ma'am. I'm still typing it.
If it is showing the same, just let me know, okay? Okay, so
Good. Ma'am.
good evening, Agar. So let's start now then. Is my screen visible? Is it visible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just 1 minute. I think that today the children, they're facing the problem with the link.
Yes, ma'am. It's invalid.
But Arav has joined just using that same link. Try using that. Okay. So, the male reproductive system already, I think we have discussed about the diagram of it. The few parts will be there. Penis, which is a long part, as you can see in the picture. So this part basically is called as the penis one. This penis has a cover or a bag-like structure. No, not this one. The testis actually has a bag-like structure. These are the testes. So they are actually present in a bag-like structure, which is called as the scrotum. Fine. Then connecting inside the penis, you can see a cube-like structure. This is called as the urethra. So basically, urethra, what do? They will be helping to carry the urine. But in the males, they also carry one more thing. What are they? They are the sperms. Am I clear, children? In the males, there are the two functions of the urethra. One is to carry the urine, and one is to carry the sperms in the males. Am I audible, children?
Ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Invalid in through the phone too. It's like
But the same link actually I've shared with Arav. Now I don't have any other link also
when
because
did he
Arav
join?
has just now he has joined actually. I think 2 or 3 minutes back with the same link. Because
Can you?
Tell me.
Is there a Zoom link for it? Because usually the
Zoom.
IDs
Okay.
meeting
Let
ID.
me copy from here. I'll just copy the same thing from here and let's see then if it is working. So they are the sick cells, and the other cells which are called as the somatic cells. So two types of cells are there: somatic cells and germ cells. Germ cells are called
And
as
your
sick
screen is
cells.
not visible.
Okay, let me share it again. Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, children, now it is visible. Okay, so germ cells will be produced here in the male reproductive system, and they will be helping to transfer them to the reproductive passage. So imagine now, if the males does not have a penis, then the sperms will be able to get transferred to the female body. No, right? So basically, for the fertilization process, what they should have definitely the penis, and inside the penis, through the penis, they will be able to ejaculate the sperm into the female body. Now, some parts produce nourishing liquid for sperms. Now, out of the every part, some parts are there. What do? They will be giving the nourishment to them because, daily basis we are eating the food. Same way, the sperms also require the nourishment or the nutrients to grow in numbers. And the males have actually millions of sperms. Actually, though they produce millions of sperms, but only one will be able to fertilize with the egg, because when they go, like suppose this is a male body, when they start moving to the female body, then what happened during this passage from here till here, so many sperms will die actually on the way. So that is why though millions are produced, but only one will be fusing with the female egg. The first part is the testes. They are located outside the abdominal cavity in the scrotum. So you can see this is actually the testis part. Fine. They have a bag-like structure outside the testis, which is called as a scrotum. A very important question. What is the function of scrotum? So scrotum will help in the sperm formation, which requires the 1 to 3 degrees Celsius lower temperature than the normal body temperature. So this test is basically they are present in a bag-like structure called as scrotum because they provide them with a lower temperature with 1 to 3 degrees Celsius temperature than the body. Fine. This is very, very important. Most of the year they ask this question, what is the function of scrotum? Just you need to write that it requires the 1 to 3 degree Celsius lower temperature than the normal body temperature. Then the second function of the test is it produces the hormone called as testosterone. Testosterone. And which bring changes in the boys at the time of puberty. Now, you all boys are under actually, I think I almost like 14, 15, I think you all are, right? So you all have entered into the age of the puberty, or I can say you all are the adolescents, right? So in your body, the testosterone is producing, and because of that, you might have seen some of the changes in your body. You might have seen, like, in your private area or the private part, the hairs will start coming there, or you might have seen the penis will be enlarging, or the growth of the penis will be there. So those are what they are happening because of this hormone, which is the testosterone. That is why in the body of the male, what should be there? The testosterone should produce in the good amount. If this testosterone is not produced, then definitely the problem will be there in the body of the males. Now, second thing, very important, vas deferens. So vas deferens is basically a tube, this tube. So this is one of the pair of duct. Duct means tube, okay? So it is one of the pair of the duct which carry the sperm from testis to the urethra. Now, if in the paper they ask you what is the function of the vas deferens, you should only write that it helps in carrying the sperm from testis to the urethra. So since, like, see, sperms are produced in this testis, right? Now this sperms from here has to be passed to the penis. So how it will go? It will go through the vas deferens. So with the help of this vas deferens, the sperms will be transferred from testis to the urethra. The third thing, seminal vesicle. So you can see this vas deferens have a kind of a brown structures. They are kind of the vesicles, or they are the kind of the gland which is present in the males, and they will be producing a liquid component of semen. Uh, I think in the boys and the girls both have actually, sometimes they produce white semen, a sticky substance. So in the private part, you might have felt like, the white substance is coming out of the private part, private area, it is coming out. Those white liquid like structures called as a semen. So this seminal vesicle, they will be producing this semen into the vas deferens. And this secretion is alkaline. Anything? Any doubt?
Why does it come out like it's not necessary?
Why does it come?
Yes.
Abhinav, come again.
Why does it come out, ma'am? Like, why does semen come out when it's not necessary?
Abhinav?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, say, come again.
Why does semen come out when it's not necessary?
It is actually important. It is not actually the waste thing. What happened? The semen will only will provide the nourishment to the sperm. So that is why it is important. Fine. So see, in the next line it is given very clearly. The secretion is alkaline. Now what happened? Acidic formation will be there in our body. So something has to be there so as to, make it neutralize. So that is why the semen is produced in the body of the male and female, so that to make it neutralize. Fine. So this secretion is alkaline, which neutralizes the acidic conditions in the female genetical tract, and it contains the fructose. Fructose is a kind of the sugar used by sperm as a source of energy. So it is alkaline, and because of that, what happened? It will be providing the sugar as well as it is a kind of the energy for the sperm for the sperm for their movement to the female part. So this is again a very important. Now here, what question comes? They basically ask, name the two types of glands present in the male. So if they ask you name of the gland, then you should write about seminal vesicle and the prostate gland. Seminal vesicle, they are the pair of gland. They will be producing the semen, and where they will produce semen, they will be producing in the vas deferens, and they are alkaline in nature, and they are acting as a source of energy. Then prostate gland, it is in the mammal that surrounds and open into urethra, where it leaves the bladder. During ejaculation, it secretes slightly alkaline fluids into semen that activate the sperm and prevent them from sticking together. Now see, both they are doing what they are doing, they are producing the sperm. They are producing the semen. Now here, they will make them more alkaline so that the sperm does not get stick together. Now, why they should not stick together, the sperm? If they stick together, then what happened? They will not be able to go into the body of the female, which is like, the egg part of the female. So that is why this prostate gland, what they will be doing, they will be making it more alkaline, and because of that, they will activate the sperm and they will prevent them from sticking together. Now, when they are not stick together, each and every sperm can move on their own. But if they are stick together tightly, they are close together, then there will be problem in the movement. So it's like, when I'm moving separately, I can move by my own. But when I'm joining the hands all together, we all are forming the chain. And when we are joining, then what happens? It becomes complicated for us to move. That is why it is important for the prostate gland to work. The next one, semen, a slightly alkaline fluid with a pH of 7.2 to 7.6 containing sperms and various secretion of the prostate and seminal vesicle produced during the copulation and introduced in the body of the female by ejaculation. So this semen, which is basically a white liquid along with the sperm, it will be ejaculated in the body of the female. Then sperms, these are male germ cells that consist of mainly genetic material. Now here the genetic material, it means the DNA. Now this sperms will be carrying the character of the father in the form of the DNA to the mother's body, right? And mother has already her own DNA in her body. So from the sperm, the father DNA will be passed in the form of sperm. It will be passed to the female, and female has already that DNA with her. So like this, both the DNAs will join together and fuse together for the fertilization. So sperms are the male germ cells. They consist of genetic material. Always keep in mind, genetic material means DNA. And a long tail. So this sperm has what? They have a long tail, And because of this tail, they will be able to move towards the female germ cell. So this is how the sperms will be looking like. Just 1 minute. So this is actually the diagram of the sperm. It will be like this. So this part is called as tail, this part is called as head, and this is part B, which is basically the middle part, middle piece. Fine. So head, tail, and middle part or middle piece. Now what happens? This tail will be helping for the swimming part, right? For the movement part. Now, as soon as they reach to the egg, the whole of the sperm will not go. Only this head part will go inside the egg, and the remaining part will be outside only. Fine. Now, why it is important that head part should go? It is because the head part contain all the DNA. So whatever the DNA is present, it goes into the head basically, and that is why when the head is, forcing themselves, when the sperm is forcing themselves towards the egg, so only head part is allowed to go. Remaining part does not have any strong kind of the force to apply with them. That is why only the head will go inside the egg, and remaining part will be left out only because head contain the genetic material. Then the next one, penis, the male reproductive organ of mammal and also of some birds and reptile. It is used to introduce sperm into the female reproductive tract to ensure internal fertilization. Now, with the help of the penis, since it is outside the body, since it can be moved actually. So, with the help of that, the sperms will be ejaculated in the female body, and it contains a duct which is urethra through which the sperms can pass. The penis becomes erect during the precopulatory activity by filling with blood or by the action of muscles and can be inserted into the vagina of the female. Now, what happens? See, you all are in the grade 10. You are knowing each and everything, what is happening, what is not happening, basically. So, during the time of the sexual intercourse, what happened? This penis will become erect. Now, how it becomes erect? It becomes erect because of the activity of the blood. So whatever the outer layer of the penis is there, the skin of the penis is there, it starts filling with the blood. And when it starts filling the blood, it starts erecting themselves. The penis will start erecting. So that is how it will be working. So since the muscle of the penis will be filled by the blood, and because of that, the penis will get erected. And once it get erected, it becomes easy actually to pass the sperm or to insert the penis into the body of the female. Then the next part, which is last part, urethra, it becomes common passage for the urine and sperm. So with the help of the urethra, what happened? The urine and the sperm will be passed. And one more very important thing, this male reproductive system is also called as urinogenital system. Can any one of you tell me what do you mean by this? Have you learned in your school what is urinogenital system? Sometimes they do ask in the board exam what it is. Any idea? If yes, say yes. If no, then say no.
No, ma'am.
No. Others? Siddharth, Arav,
No, ma'am.
Aryan, Dhairya, Dhriti, Moksha, Rizwana, Siddhi, Sumukh, Shubhansh. Any idea, Sudhamshu?
No.
No.
No? See, I have a for urine and sperm. Urino is a word for the urine, and genital is for the private part, right? Which is basically the passage of the sperm. And that is why the male reproductive structure is called as urinogenital, because it carries both sperm and the urine. Urino means urine, genital means here the sperm. Genital means basically which is related to the sex actually, which is the sperm here. So urinogenital system. So if they ask you in the paper, what is the other name of male reproductive system? It is the urinogenital system. Or they can ask you to explain the structure of urinogenital system. So it is very clear. They are asking you to explain the male reproductive structure. Fine. So very simple. So you cannot write urinogenital for the female because female has a different passage. For the egg, they have a different passage, and for passing the urine, they have a different passage. So that is why the females are not called as the urinogenital system. Fine, only the males are called it as. Am I clear, children, with this? Male reproductive system?
Yes, ma'am.
This is very, very important. Every year you open any kind of the sample paper, any kind of the paper, previous year paper, either the male will be there, either the female will be there. And all the parts are important. You cannot leave any part. Fine. Then the next one, accessory reproductive glands. So these are the three various glands which we have already discussed. Out of this two we have done with. Seminal vesicle, they have one pair, sac-like, present between the rectum and urinary bladder. And they will be producing the mucus, which are alkaline basically. They contain the source of energy for the sperm. And they will be helping in the movement of sperm also. Prostate gland, they are single, large. They surround the urethra. And they will be secreting milky fluid into the urethra, which will also help the sperm for the movement. Then the next one is called as the borborethral or the corpus gland. They are one pair, very small, present on the both sides of the urethra. And they will also secrete the mucus to lubricate the end of the penis. So what happens? So when they are doing the sex, during that time, the top of the penis will actually change the shape of it. And like earlier, I suppose it is like this. So as soon as they the penis will start erecting, somehow it will become like this. Fine, somehow the head of the penis will become like this. So because of this copper gland, it happens. Fine. So they will produce or they will secrete a mucus to lubricate the end of the penis. This is actually the end of the penis here. And because of that, the lubrication is basically, easy movement for something to pass on. And secrete the alkaline fluid that will neutralize the urine. So that is how the male reproductive system works. Fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? Any one of you? Darya, Dhriti, Moksha, Rizwana, Siddhi, Sumukh, Shubhansh?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, going to the next one, which are the female reproductive system. Again, the diagram is important. So, this is the simple diagram of the female reproductive system. The center part, which is very important part, it is called as uterus. Keep in mind, this uterus is also called as womb. Right? So, this is a place where they will be carrying the child. Fine. So, this here, the child will be present here in this part actually. Fine. So that is why it is called as womb. So the other name of the uterus is womb. Then the fallopian tube, which is also called as the oviduct. So on both the sides we have this side also and this side also we have, and at the end of the fallopian tube, the ovaries will be there. Fine. Then the first part from where the sperm enters, they are the vagina. Next part of the vagina are the cervix, and then directly comes the uterus. So these are some of the parts of the reproductive system. Starting with the ovaries, they are paired, almost almond shape. Almond shape means like they are very small actually. Like they are present in the lower abdominal cavity near to the kidneys, connected by the ligaments to the uterus. They are the primary sex organs and they perform two functions. Like testosterone is produced in the male, same way, they will also produce a hormone. Two hormones will be produced by them. The one is the estrogen, and the second one is progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone. So they will produce the female gamete, which is the egg, and also the female sex hormone, which is called as the estrogen and progesterone. See, two things are there. One thing they are saying about the production of the gamete, which is what? Egg. And second thing, they're talking about hormone, which is what? The estrogen and progesterone. So read the question carefully, whether they're asking about the gamete or whether they're asking about the hormone. So a mature ovary contains a large number of ova in different stages of development. So the formation of egg begins in female fetus before the birth. At birth, each ovary contains about 2 to 3 lakhs of immature ova. So in a female, after the birth, what do they have? They have so many eggs. But those eggs are actually useless, not of any work. But when they enter into the puberty age or the adolescence age, it starts working for them. So one mature ovum is released from either of the ovary at the interval of every 28 days. So you might have heard about the menstrual cycle. Generally, we will be calling them as a periods. So these periods happen after every 28 days. And during this time, this part, this is actually the lining part outside the lining of the uterus. This lining basically, not this one actually, this one, the inner one, the here, this one, this part, this has a lining, and this lining will start shedding off, will start breaking down. And when this lining start breaking down, the blood will come out like this for 3 to 5 days almost, like, or some for some females it will be some 7 days also. Now after 7 days, what happens? Slowly and gradually a skin will start forming, a layer will start forming again, covering this lining. Then again, what happened after 28 days? This line will fall off, or it will start breaking down. So like this, after every 28 days, this menstrual cycle will be occurring. The female germ cells are made in ovaries. They are also responsible for the production of some hormones. When a girl is born, the ovaries already contain thousands of immature eggs. Next one, fallopian tube, which is called as oviduct. They are paired in tube. It means they are two in numbers, originating from the uterus on either side. Its terminal part is funnel shaped with finger-like projection called as fimbriae. So this one, this part actually, the end part, which is like here, this part, which looks like a finger part like this is called as the fimbriae. Fimbriae direct the ovum released from ovary into the fallopian tube. Now this fimbriae will decide that when they should release the egg. So see, you can see in the picture also, this fimbriae is holding all the ovary, right? Inside the ovary, the egg will be there. They will be deciding when that egg has to be released or it should not be released. Okay, so the egg start maturing at puberty and the egg is carried from the ovary to womb through a thin oviduct or fallopian tube. So this is a place, the fallopian tube is a place where the fertilization will be done. Then uterus, it is single inverted pear-shaped highly muscular hollow structure present in the pelvic cavity between the urinary bladder and the rectum. Development of fetus occur inside them and hence they are called as a womb. The narrower lower part of the uterus is called as a cervix, which leads into the vagina. The two oviducts unite into elastic bag called as a uterus, and uterus open into a vagina through the cervix. So if they ask you to write the pathway, then it should be first of all vagina, then it should be cervix, then it should be uterus, then fallopian tube, then the reverse process of it. Fine, but always vagina is the first place where the sperms will be entered. The uterus prepares itself every month to receive and nurture the growing embryo. The lining thickens and it's richly supplied with the blood to nourish the growing embryo. And then at last, vagina, it is about 7 to 10 centimeter long, where penis discharges sperms. And vagina acts as a passage for menstrual flow. So through this vagina also the blood will be coming out. And through this vagina only, the blood, the babies also will be coming out of the body of female. The tube leading from the uterus to the outside. The sperms are deposited into vagina during copulation and fully developed fetus is born through the birth canal. So what happened? So whenever this contraction is there in the vagina, so because of this contraction during the pregnancy time, the child birth will be there through the vagina, and that is why sometimes it is called as the birth canal. Why? Because it is responsible for bringing the child out of the body of the female. Fine. So these are the parts of the female reproductive system. Now any doubt? Arav, Aryan, Abhinav, Ayunija, Siddharth, Dharya, Dhriti, Moksha, Rizwana,
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Shubhansh, Siddhi, Sudhamshu? No?
No, ma'am.
So start writing, children, about the male reproductive system. Start writing from here the male reproductive system.
Ma'am, will you send it in a WhatsApp, ma'am?
Why is it? Actually, I tried loading it, but some problem is going on, I guess, some technical problem. So I need to talk with the team. and might be it can take time because I was actually teaching in the previous class. I could not able to do any kind of uploading there, so it might take time. So write it, children. Shall I send this children on the WhatsApp
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
for
ma'am.
time being actually because still that it's not working. Let me share it on the WhatsApp then.
Ma'am,
Tell me.
when does the exam start on Teachers' Day? 5th?
Good question. When it will be starting? It will be same 10 to 10.
Because I'll be at school.
Yeah, that's what it will be 10 to 10. Or you wanted me to give it to 12 maybe in the night or 11 in the night?
Yes, ma'am. It's better. 1 hour delay.
Okay, I'll keep it 11. Okay, 10 to 11 maybe.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, that day I have school, ma'am.
Yeah, everybody, I think everybody has a school. The teachers also have the school. So
No,
it's
ma'am,
okay.
but how
I'll
can
keep.
we write 10 p.m., ma'am?
No,
At
that's
10.
that's what if
Like,
anyone is not going, they can write. If you're going, in that case, you can come back somewhere. Maybe after the classes, you can write it.
and also online classes, right? Whatever is scheduled then.
Okay.
Will we?
Let me see if on that day we can give you the off. Maybe, like, I cannot assure you. Let me talk actually. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So that 3 hours continuously you can write the exam, because otherwise science class will be there. Then you have the maths class also, I guess, right? So 2 classes will be there. Then it will become tough. Okay, the male and the female. Let me share that.
Ma'am, the link finally loaded, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So I have shared you the male and the female, the notes of that. Go through the notes, and if in case you feel it to ask anything, you can ask. And children, tomorrow one class will be there, the control and coordination class. Timings I'll let you know. It will be a kind of supportive class, okay? Only for the doubt clarification and a small kind of revision will be there in that 140 minutes class, okay? So if
Ma'am,
you
when
want, so Muk, timings I will be letting you know. Somewhere it will be at maybe 5:20 or 5:30 something.
ma'am,
Send
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow
Okay, ma'am.
for
keep it
control
loaded.
and coordination chapter. Yeah, Binav?
Where will you send the link, ma'am?
Link, actually, I think you are not there in the group. Link will be shared in the supportive group only.
Can you share
Okay, ma'am.
on my number, ma'am?
Just remind me, okay, Abhinav,
Okay,
because
ma'am.
if I'll share you now, it will get expired. Okay, remind me tomorrow only.
Okay.
So somewhere 5:30, I'll be keeping the control and coordination class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, and physics class will also be there for the chapter, I guess. Electricity, I guess. So I'm not sure about the chapter name, but if it is there, I'll let you know through that same supportive group.
And
It will be there tomorrow only.
Cycle first. Tea.
And me too, ma'am.
Sumuk, kindly mute yourself. Okay, children, then we'll meet
Ma'am,
you
send the
too.
physics class link.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Abhinav, I'll do that. If the class is there, then I'll share it. If it is not there, then no problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you.